The history of this country has always been tied to welcoming those who are fleeing harm. I believe that we will always be responsible as New Yorkers to make sure whoever comes here, we're going to do our job and make sure we treat people in a humane way.
And let's make sure they know they're welcome here. So join me in saying, you are welcome here. Immigrants are welcome here.
110,000 migrants. We have to feed, clothe, house, educate the children, wash their laundry sheets, give them everything they need, health care. And let me tell you something, New Yorkers, I don't see an ending to this. This issue will destroy New York City.
Welcome back to Totally Based. I'm Joey Gaskin, and today we've got to talk about the migrant crisis in New York City. Plus, Mayor Eric Adams seems to be changing his tune. But first, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so that you never miss out on new content from me. Now let's get to it. So last week, Mayor Eric Adams had a lot to say regarding the migrant situation in New York. He seemed rather overwhelmed by the challenges of his own immigration policies. And he still somehow blames Texas Governor Greg Abbott for his newfound woes, calling him a madman for busing in illegals.
Started with a madman down in Texas decided he wanted to bus people up to New York City.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott joins me now. Sir, are you a madman, Governor?
So, Jesse, when I first heard that, I thought about Frank Sinatra singing New York, New York, when he sang, if I can make it here, I can make it anywhere. Well, the mayor may have made it to be mayor of New York, but he could not last a week in Texas. They have so few migrants in New York compared to what we deal with every single day, Jesse. It's just outrageous he would make a comment like that. However, I got to add this. What's maddening is the fact that in New York and Chicago and D.C. and L.A. and other places, they put out policies self-proclaiming that they're sanctuary cities. And they love to promote these liberal ideologies until they have to actually live up and apply them.
But I seem to find all this to be rather interesting, given the fact that just last year, Mayor Adams was the one who was telling everyone to do what they can to help and to offer spare room. Check this out.
It is my vision to take the next step to this, to go to the faith-based locales, and then move to private residents. There are residents who are suffering right now because of economic challenges. They have spare rooms, they have locales, and if we can find a way to get over the 30-day rule and other rules that government has in its place, we can take that $4.2 billion, 4.3 it may be now, that we potentially would have to spend, and we can put it back in the pockets of everyday New Yorkers, everyday houses of worship, instead of putting it in the pockets of corporations, and some of those corporations come from outside our city.
Yeah, it's sort of like having an exchange student live with you, only it's him and his family. Now, to his defense, he just wants everyone to do their fair share, and the ladies of The View were certainly on board for that.
But frankly, you know, I think we need to find, and we've dealt with this before. I lived in Miami. I was a migrant, an immigrant in Miami in the 80s. You'll remember when we had the Mariel boat lift. Yes. 125,000 Cubans came in a matter of 6 months. It puts tremendous stress on a city, on a community, on the social services. They need to be resettled elsewhere.
They need to spread out. We're this massive country.
Well, and it's only going to get worse with global warming and climate change because people can't live in certain parts of this world.
Sure, resettle them elsewhere, anywhere but here. No one wants to consider the troubles that come along with illegal immigration until it ends up on their front porch. It's been reported that 21,000 migrant kids will be starting school in New York City this month. To me, that's unimaginable. The number alone calls for additional school buildings and staff. It means the ratio of student to teacher increases, and that's not even mentioning the language barrier. Blame needs to be placed where it belongs, and that is on Joe Biden, who recently drafted plans to force the migrants to stay in Texas by tracking them with ankle bracelets. This is the same guy who also ordered Texas to remove their river barriers, which were effectively keeping the migrants out. His complaint was that the floating buoys raised humanitarian and environmental concerns. I don't know what else to say, guys. Immigrants aren't destroying New York or our country. Joe Biden is. Anyway, that does it for the video today. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.